Hey guys, welcome back to the Wireshark series. This is video number 3. If you're new to this channel, my name is Vishal Rayan. I make cybersecurity videos. And in today's video, we'll be using Wireshark to find hosts and users on the network. There are 4 different ways you can do this by using DHCP, NBNS, HTTP, and Kerberos traffic. We'll start off with DHCP because that's the easiest and simplest. So basically, you need to understand how DHCP works. So basically, when a client connects to a network, and if the network has DHCP configured, the client requests for an IP address from the server and the server dynamically assigns an IP address. That IP address isn't permanent and it keeps changing, hence the name dynamic. It's only valid for a limited period of time, so it just leases out an IP address to the client. So what we can understand from this is that any device on the network will have three main attributes: a MAC address, an IP address, and a host name, which can be used to identify those hosts and users on the network. So if you get this file, which is available on malware-traffic-analysis.net. Oh wait, before I start, I want to quickly thank Brad Duncan for this amazing resource. Everything you see on this video is available on malware-traffic-analysis.net. You can get the files for this exercise from that site. I'll put a link to the site in the video description. Go check that out. Okay, so let's get started. DHCP. How would you filter this out using DHCP? If you're using older versions of Wireshark, I think version 3.0, you would have to type boot p. But if you're using anything above 3, that wouldn't work. So type in DHCP, filter this using DHCP traffic. As you can see, we have a total of 5 packets here. 5 packets, and you can click on any DHCP request. Go down to client MAC address. This is where you would see your the client's MAC address, and if you keep scrolling down to option client identifier is where you can see the MAC address. Option host name is where you can see the host name. So that's one way to identify hosts and users on the network using DHCP. Okay, sometimes using just DHCP may not work because maybe in that packet capture, DHCP didn't lease out IP addresses that frequently. So fortunately, we can use NBNS. NBNS gives us enough information about Windows and Apple devices. So if you use the display filter to filter out NBNS by typing in NBNS, okay, you click on any packet. This gives you the source IP, the host name here is Martin Win PC, and if you go down to layer 2, that's Ethernet, you would get the MAC address. So this is the MAC address, IP, and your host name. Okay, so the third way we can do this is using HTTP traffic. So open Wireshark again, type in http.request and not equals SSTP. So this will give us HTTP traffic, using which we can get user agent strings from the browser traffic, and which will hopefully give us the OS and browser details. So if I type in this filter, hit enter, this gives us a total of 41 packets. Open any packet, go down to follow DHCP stream. And if you look at this line, it says user agent Windows NT 6.1. Windows NT 6.1 is Windows 7 64-bit and is using Chrome 72 version 72.0.3626 or whatever. So that's another way you can get host information on a network. And lastly, we use Kerberos to find Windows hosts in an Active Directory environment. We can do this by filtering out Kerberos traffic. So type in kerberos.cname string, hit enter. We have a total of 27 packets here, and to find out host information, just click on any packet, go down to the frame details, open Kerberos, go down to AS rep cname string and Johnson PC. You find this information and apply this as a column. So when you do that, you can see this column has different values. So Johnson PC here is the host name, Teresa Johnson is the username. So if you're trying to find the username in a Kerberos, in a packet capture using Kerberos, you can type in Kerberos or CNAME string, which will give you everything here. That is the host name and the username. So what you can do here is filter out strings that don't have $signs. So if you don't know, Johnson PC $sign here is the host name. So host names always end with a $sign. Usernames don't end with the $sign. So what we can do here is not equals Kerberos dot CNAME string contains $sign, and this gives us the usernames for the host on this network. There you go. We used 4 different techniques to find users and hosts on the network.